Assalamu alaikum dear students. Welcome back to Dr. Zahir Math. In this video, we are going to study MA102 section 7.2 or you can say exercise 7.2 trigonometric integrals. Till now, all the previous videos, we studied how to integrate basic functions. Integral x square, integral x cube, like this, remember? But in engineering, many problems involve integral, sine and cosine. Okay, these situations will come in most of your engineering courses. That means what? Many problems we are going to integrate sine and cosine functions. It means what? Where trigonometric integrals are used. Teacher, where I'm going to use? I'm an electrical engineer, I'm a mechanical engineer, I'm a chemical engineer. Where I'm going to use this integral? Let me tell you simple examples. For example, in electrical engineering, for finding alternate current, let me start with electrical engineering. So for finding alternating current, we are using this sine and cosine integrals. How, teacher? Right. Let me tell you a simple example. Think about electricity in your house or in the college or in any building. The current doesn't go in one direction, right? The current will goes forward, backward, again forward, again backward. So it keeps moving again and again, right? So in this situation, the motion, that means the movement, flows sine and cosine curves. You know, everybody in 002 you studied sine curves. This is the sine curve, passes through the origin, and this is the cosine curve, right? Yes. Suppose you are an electrical engineer. You want to find the total energy. You want to find what? The total energy, right? And you want to find the average current, right? All you studied in electrical circuits 1. I hope you remember. And you're going to calculate the power over time. So if you want to calculate all these things, you must integrate sine and cosine functions. You must integrate what? Sine and cosine functions. So whenever electricity keeps changing its direction, trigonometric integrals come into the picture. Clear, everybody? So electrical engineers, are you clear? Let's come to the mechanical engineer. Mechanical engineer. Okay, simple example I'll give you for mechanical engineering students. Okay, right. Imagine a car, right? Moving on a rough road, right? So rough road in the sense what? We are going to move the cars going up and down, right? So suppose the road is not in a flat surface. It is a rough road. Rough road means what? Some plus minus ding 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 like this. So the car goes up and down again and again, right? So this is a kind of, when it moves up and down, you can see the curve movement like this, right? Sine and curve cosine functions. And sometimes you think about a spring. For example, mechanical guys, you knows about the spring, right? So pull it, release it, it vibrates, right? Suppose you pull it, ding, and then go up, ding. So it keeps, it vibrates, right? So this is also what? Motion, movement, right? So the movement is also described by what? Sine and cosine functions. So what is the use of this function? Usually mechanical engineers, they find total displacement. Normally you find electrical students will find total energy, but they will find total displacement. And then work done. Yes, remember work done we used to do. Then sometimes they used to calculate the energy vibration also. You can say energy of vibration they used to calculate, right? So in this way, there are so many, but I'm giving few examples. So in this way, mechanical engineers use trigonometric integrals. Okay. So how about electronics engineers, teachers? Electronics engineers also part of electrical engineers, you can say like that. So electronics engineers normally use signals and waves, we can talk. So let's go with electronics engineers. Let me think about any examples. One thing, we can move with the calling telephone, right? So when you make a phone call or send a message, the signals, what happens is travel as a wave, right? So keeps on going. So the wave is not what? Straight. So it's a trigonometric wave. So you can find signal power, right? Signal power of, you are studied in signals and systems. You can calculate the power of a signal and we can calculate the energy of the signal, right? Signal energy we can calculate. And also we can calculate the signal strength also you can calculate. So signal strength also over time we can calculate. So in this way, electronics engineers must integrate trigonometric functions. So keep in your mind, to solve such problems, we must know how to integrate trigonometric functions. That is why trigonometric integrals are very important for engineers. So one common idea you keep in your mind. Whenever something moves back and forth, up and down, or changes again and again with time, trigonometric integrals are there in this situation. Clear all of you? Right. So as a mathematics course, what I'm going to teach you here in this exercise, I'm going to teach you integral, sine and cosine, integral sine power, integral cosine power, all these things I'm going to do it. And also I'll tell you when to use the identities. You know identities, trigonometric identities, Pythagorean identities, all these things. So step by step I'm going to explain everything in this. I will explain everything slowly and clearly with examples, okay? And this exercise, usually the students find it difficult because this is a lengthy exercise, 7.2, and also each problem, different ideas will be using. Different ideas in the sense what? Different identities, different formula will be using. Clear all of you, right? So in this way, section 7.2, we are going to start it. So you understood where the trigonometric integrals are applied in electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, electronics, right? Yes. So chemical engineering, I'll tell you in the class. There is no time already. It's 8 minutes, 6 minutes gone. Right. So let's go with evaluate integral 0 to pi sine square. So before we studied integral sine x dx, which is equal to what? Negative cosine x. And integral cosine x dx we studied, which is equal to what? Sine x. When there is no limit, you are going to put what? Integrating constant c. But now you have integral sine square x. You have what? Integral sine square x. So you need to use this identity. Whenever sine square comes, you have to use 1 minus cosine 2 theta divided by 2. For cosine square theta, you have to use 1 plus. Keep in your mind, first is minus and the next is plus. Okay, right. So let's start this question. So integral 0 to pi sine square x dx. So sine square x is equal to 1 minus cosine 2x divided by 2. Right? Let me ask you one question. Sine square x is 1 minus cosine 2x divided by 2. Can you tell me what is sine square 2x, the angle multiplied by 2? So this is the angle x. When it is there, it is multiplied by 2. Now angle itself 2, it becomes what? 1 minus cosine 2 multiplied by 2, which is equal to 4x divided by 2. Keep in your mind, it is 4x divided by 2. In this way, every time you have to multiply the angle by 2. Depends on the situation. Suppose here 3, not every time by 2. Depends on the product. 3, you will get what? 2 into 3, 6x you will get. Suppose you get 4, you will get 8x. So keep in your mind. Okay. Right. Sine square 2x. Right. So this equals integral 0 to pi. Sine square is 1 minus cosine 2x. Right. Divided by 2. Clear all of you? Right. What is sine square x? Sine square x is 1 minus cosine 2x divided by 2. So this equals 1 by 2 will come out integral 0 to pi 1 minus cosine 2x times dx. Right. So this equals what? 1 by 2. Integration of 1 is what? X. Integration of cosine 2x is what? Sine 2x over 2 into dx. Again I am telling, integral of sine x is cosine x with negative sign plus c. But integral of cosine x is sine x plus c. But if you have a multiples, integral of sine 2x, it is negative cosine 2x divided by 2 plus c. If you have integral cosine 3x is equal to sine 3x divided by 3 plus integrating constant c. This derivative of 3x, you should put it down. Sorry. In the derivative calculus, we are using multiply. In the integral calculus, we are going to divide. Right. So this equals, we are going to substitute upper limit minus lower limit. Upper limit is what? Integration is over. There is no dx. 0 to pi. Upper limit is pi minus sine 2 times multiply by pi. Whenever you listen here, if you have sine 2x, you are putting pi. Okay. So in the calculator, you should use sine 2 multiply by pi. Bracket should be there. So divided by 2, right? Upper limit minus lower limit 0 minus 0. Sine 0 is 0. Everybody knows. Right. So this equals 1 by 2 bracket open. Pi minus, this is sine 4 pi divided by 2. You can put this in the calculator. sine 4 pi using radian mode, you will get 0. So this equals, the answer is half times pi, so which is equal to pi over 2. Clear all of you? Right. So let's go to the next question. Integral 0 to pi by 2 cosine square theta d theta. So now you are going to use the formula cosine square theta is 1 plus cosine 2 theta divided by 2. Again I am telling, if the question is cosine square 4 theta, which is equal to what? 1 plus theta becomes 4 theta. So 4 multiplied by 2 is what? 8. So this becomes what? Cosine 8 theta divided by 2. Keep in your mind. So now let's start this question. Integral 0 to pi by 2 cosine square theta d theta. So cosine square theta is 1 plus cosine 2 theta divided by 2, and then d theta integral 0 to pi by 2. This is not an integral formula. This is 002 formula. Keep in your mind. That means it's a trigonometric formula. Okay. Not the integral formulas. So this equals integral 0 to pi by 2. 1 by 2 is a constant. I will take it out. 1 plus cosine 2 theta times d theta. This equals 1 by 2. Integration of 1 is what? Theta. Integration of cosine is what? Sine 2 theta divided by 2. And the limits are what? 0 to pi by 2. Clear? Right. Upper limit minus lower limit. So this equals 1 by 2 bracket open. Upper limit we are going to put for theta pi by 2 plus sine 2 multiplied by pi by 2, right? Divided by 2. And then lower limit substitution, we are going to put it as 0. Theta equals 0 plus sine 0 is what? 0. Sine 0 is 0 and sine multiples of pi is also 0. Keep in your mind. So this equals 1 by 2 bracket open, pi by 2 plus this 2 gets cancelled, sine pi. Of course sine pi is equal to what? 0. So this equals 1 by 2 multiplied by pi by 2 is pi by 4. Clear? Right. Now let's go to the next question. Integral 0 to pi by 4 sine square 2 theta d theta. Right. Now we are going to use the formula sine square theta. What is sine square theta? 1 minus cosine 2 theta divided by 2. Right. And another one, sine square 2 theta, which is equal to what? 1 minus angle theta becomes 2 theta. So 1 minus cosine 4 theta divided by what? 2. Clear? Right. So this equals integral 0 to pi by 4, right? Sine square 2 theta d theta. So integral 0 to pi by 4, sine square is what? 1 minus cosine 4 theta. This rule I am taking. Divided by 2, right? Into d theta. Clear? Right. So take this 1 by 2 as out. Integral 0 to pi by 4, 1 minus cosine 4 theta into d theta. Is this the integration formula? No. This is what? 002 formula. That is trigonometric formulas. So this equals 1 by 2. What is integral of 1? Theta. Theta. Okay. Right. Cosine 4 theta, sine 4 theta divided by 4, and the limits is 0 to pi by 4. Right. So this equals 1 by 2 theta upper limit substitution pi by 4 minus lower limit substitution 4 multiplied by pi by 4 divided by 4. Upper limit minus lower limit is 0. 0 minus sine 0 is what? 0. So this equals 1 by 2 bracket open pi by 4. Just now I said sine multiples of pi is what? 0. You can also check using calculator, no problem. So this is 0. So this equals pi by 8 is your answer. So now you understood how to integrate sine square, cosine square, all these things? Yes, clear. Now let's go to the next idea of the problem, which is sine power 5x dx. Okay, right. So sine power 5x. Teacher, you said sine square theta, that is a formula. Cosine square theta, there is a formula. Is there any formula for sine power 5x, teacher? Sine power 4x, teacher? And sine power 3x, teacher? No, 3 is there, but 4 is not a formula, is not there. So it's so difficult to integrate this kind of things. So we need to do some adjustment. What is that? Since I have sine square, I will try to write everything in sine square power. Okay. So what I'm going to write it, the sine power 5x, I'm going to write it as sine square, and then sine x. Is it okay, all of you? Okay. Right. So sine square is what? Which is equal to what? Sine power 4. And the remaining is what? 2 plus 1, which is equal to what? 5. So in this way, try to manage this one. So this one, I can write it as sine square x, the whole square. Teacher, again coming 4. So what is the use? Wait a minute. We have a formula, right? So sine square x, we have a formula. 1 minus cosine 2x. 1 minus cosine 2x divided by 2. Usually, when I apply this formula, students are finding very difficult in this integration because again you will get a square here. So they are totally confused in this. So usually I'm not using this formula here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use the easiest trigonometric identity, which is sine square x plus cosine square x is equal to what? 1. And I want now sine square x, which is equal to what? 1 minus cosine square x. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use 1 minus cosine square x to the power 2 into sine x. Clear, all of you? Right? Still now I didn't start the integration. I just use 1 minus cosine square x whole square into sine x. So what you're going to do, teacher? Again there is a cosine square. Yes, cosine square is coming, but there is a sine is coming. So cosine and sine has a connection with the derivative. So I will go with substitution rule in this situation so that it's so easy to finish your integration. Clear, all of you? Substitution method we studied 5.5 exercise, right? So now we are going to start the problem. So what is the problem? Integral 0 to pi by 4 sine power 5x dx is equal to integral 0 to pi by 4 1 minus cosine square x the whole square into sine x dx. Which is giving problem? The problem giving is cosine square x. So this one, I'm going to take it as a substitution. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put u equals cosine x. Whenever I go for substitution method, let me write here substitution method we are going. Whenever we go for substitution method, the next step is what? Derivative. Du by dx is equal to what? Cosine x is what? Minus sine x. Okay. Then du is equal to what? Minus sine x. You cross multiply this, you will get dx. What is the meaning of substitution method? Everything I have to convert in terms of what? U. That is the main idea. Also the limits, keep in your mind. This limits are for what? X. We want to find the limits for what? U. Right. So what I'm going to do, look here. This one I can put it as u square. Right. And then the whole square it will come. Right. And this one sine x dx, I'm going to put it as what? Minus du. Right. Because this minus I will take it to this side. Right. So what happens to my things, and I will check the limits also. When x is equal to 0, what is my value of u? Cosine 0 is what? 1, right? You can check in the calculator. When x is equal to pi by 4, u is equal to cosine pi by 4. So cosine pi by 4 is what? You can put in the calculator in the radian mode. Keep in your mind radian mode. So you will get a square root of 2 by 2. Okay? Right. So now we are going to change it. So what happens to the integral? The integral becomes now integral 0 to pi by 4. It changes to 1 to square root of 2 divided by 2. Right? And then 1 minus u square to the power of 2. Right? And then you will get this one minus du. This part is what? Sin x dx is minus du. Right. Now we are coming to the simplified version. Right. Why I am going this method? Because cosine 2x you will make mistakes. That is why I didn't use that idea. I'm going with this simple idea. Keep in your mind. Okay. Right. So this equals integral 1 to square root of 2 by 2. Okay. Right. This equals 1. Okay. Just a minute. And this is of the model a minus b the whole square. What is a minus b whole square? A minus b whole square is a square minus 2ab plus b square. So, which is 1 minus u square the whole square, which is equal to what? In the place of a, it is 1. In the place of b, it is u square. So 1 square minus 2 into 1 into u square, and then plus u square the whole square. Clear all of you? Right. So this equals what? 1 minus 2u square plus u power 4. Okay, right. Okay or not? Yes. So let me take this minus out. So I'll keep it outside. So now what happened? Minus integral, this I'll expand and write it. 1 square root of 2 by 2. This will become 1 minus 2u square plus u power 4 times du. So this equals minus integral 1 times, okay, let me start the integration now. Minus bracket open, 1 integration is what? U, minus 2u square is 2u cube divided by 3, right? And then plus u power 5 divided by 5, okay? So limits is 1 and then square root of 2 by 2. Slowly put in the calculator, slowly. Usually the root 2 by 2, you always make mistakes in the brackets. So I'll tell you one shortcut, listen carefully. So type this equation in the calculator. How? Type this equation. Type this in the calculator. Type this in the calculator. How you're going to type in the calculator? Just type like this. Minus bracket open x minus 2x power 3 divided by 3 plus x power 5 divided by 5. Type in the calculator. Okay, so this bracket is not in the calculator, use this bracket. Okay, right. Why I'm telling? Because root 2 by 2 you will make mistakes. Well, how many places? 1, 2, 3 places you have to put it. Now press the button calc. Press the button what? Calc. Press the button calc. Teacher, I make mistakes with the minus. Okay, leave minus, no problem. Okay, press the button calc, and then calculator will ask you x question mark. Now you give x is equal to square root of 2 divided by 2. How you are going to give this? Divide by 2. If you give like this, it will give the answer. I got it now, which is equal to 0.5068 minus, again press calc. Okay, calculator will ask you x question mark. Now press x is equal to what? 1. If you press like this, I'm getting 8 divided by 15. So which is equal to, I'm getting 199 divided by 7500, which is equal to 0.0265. Yes, you can do it. I told you in all the other videos, we are studying integral calculus. So you have to integrate and get the ideas. But you can check your answers using calculator. In all the questions, you please check your answers when there is a limit. When there is a limit is there, please check your answers. When there is a limit, please check your answers. Definitely, you will get the correct answer. Make sure your answers are correct before you leave the exam room, right? Let's go to the next question. Evaluate integral cosine cube x dx. So, cosine square x, we have a formula, right? But cosine cube x, we don't have the formula. So, how can I write cosine cube x? I'm going to write like the same way, cosine square x and cosine x. Okay. For cosine square x, I'm going to use the trigonometric identity. Sine square x plus cosine square x is equal to 1. So cosine square x is equal to 1 minus sine square x. So this will be 1 minus sine square x, right? Theta x, no problem. Multiply by cosine x. So this is what I'm going to do for cosine cube x. Let's start the problem. There is no limit substitution. So directly you can go for integration. So integral cosine cube x dx is equal to integral 1 minus sine square x times cosine x into dx. This equals, when sine square comes with cosine, cosine square x comes with sine, you can go for what? Substitution method. Teacher, how you know this one? Immediately you are saying substitution method. Immediately you are saying by practice you will come to know. Okay, all of you? Right. So what we are going to put u, the which one we are giving trouble for you. So put u is equal to sine square x. Sorry, sine x. Don't put the power. The next step is du by dx. What is the derivative of sine x? Derivative of sine x is cosine x. So du is equal to what? Cosine x times dx. Look here. So this will be du. Everything you have to convert in terms of u. And this is your u. It becomes u square. There is no limit. So no need to discuss about the limits. So this equals integral 1 minus u square. Right? There is no square. And times du. Okay, so this equals 1 integration is u square integration is u cube divided by 3, integrating constant c, very important, right? Is this u is your answer? No, you have to substitute your u in the final expression because your question is what? In x. So this equals u is what? Sine x minus sine x to the power of 3 divided by 3 and then plus integrating constant c. Okay, right. One thing I wanted to say that keep in your mind, yes, in the calculator, sorry, let me put a need box. Okay, not coming. Wait 1 minute. No. Okay. So in the calculator, how you type sine square x? Type sine x the whole power 2. In the calculator, how you type cosine cube x? Cosine x to the power of 3. So this is the way to type in the calculator. Okay, right. Let's go to the next question. Integral tan cube x dx. The same idea. Tan is connected with secant, right? Tan is connected with what? Secant, because the identities are connected. Can I recollect your ideas in your mind? 1 plus tan square theta is equal to what? Secant square theta, right? Keep this in your mind. Let me go to the problem. Now, what is your question? Tan cube x. Teacher, is there any formula for tan square x? No. Tan cube x, directly we are going, right? Okay. So, how can you write tan square x times tan x? Tan square x, I'm converting as what? 1 minus, tan square x, secant square x minus 1. This one I'm going to take that side. Why, teacher? Then what you will do? Because when tan and secant is there, I can connect with substitution rule. Why? Because tan x, the derivative is what? Secant square x. So if there is a connection, easily I can use the substitution rule. Okay, right. So tan square x, I'm going to write it as secant square x minus 1 times tan x. So just keep it and go for the integration. Right. So integral tan cube x dx is equal to integral secant square x minus 1 times what? Tan x. Now what you're going to put it as u? The one which is giving the derivative. If you put u as tan x, then du by dx will be what? Your secant square x, right? Teacher, in the previous question you said whenever you have a power, you take it in sine and cosine. Whichever is having a power, take that one as u. But in tan and secant, if you take secant square s as u, okay, what is your du? Secant x. Du will be secant x tan x. You will get one more secant x will be there. So it is not good also, right? So the best way is what? U is equal to tan x, not secant x. All by practice, keep in your mind. So u is equal to tan x we are going to make. So du by dx is equal to what? Secant square x. So du divided by dx, du is equal to secant square x dx. Clear all of you? Right. So before that, let me do one more step also for you. That is easy for you. I'm not going to do directly here. Secant square x into tan x. Okay, just multiply into dx. Minus integral tan x. Also you do it. Also you do this one. Okay, right. So into dx. So if I apply, you will find it difficult. That's why I multiply it separated. Okay, you know what is the formula for integral tan x? Yes, we have a formula. What is the formula for integral tan x? Integral tan x dx is equal to ln absolute value secant x plus c. You remember the rules? So if you are not remembering, go to the videos rules of integration. I put one video. From there you can study. So this part is over. This part I'm going for what? Substitution method. Okay. This part I'm going for substitution method. So this equals integral, right? Secant square x dx. So this part secant square x and dx will go as what? Du. And this part will go as what? U. So this is u du minus, and this we have a formula which is ln in absolute. Whenever ln is there, just put absolute value. Absolute value, put it. Plus integrating constant c. Is there a limit? Is there? No limit. Okay. Plus c, right. So this goes to be what? Here integration is over. Only you are going to do integration here. U square divided by 2, right? So minus ln absolute value secant x plus integrating constant c. So this equals, what is your u? Your u is tan x. So this is tan x the whole square divided by 2 minus ln absolute value of secant x plus integrating constant c. So this is going to become your answer. Clear? Right. So easy. Integral tan cube x dx. Usually the examiners always they concentrate for to give difficult question. They will try to use this tan cube secant cube x. Okay, all of you? Right. Let me tell you one more idea which you will find it difficult. Let me see. This is secant cube x. So what did I do for tan cube x, integral tan cube x just now? Remember, I made it as tan square times tan x, right? Yes or no? Right. And then tan square, I make it as secant square x minus 1. And then tan x, right? Similarly, secant cube x, are you going to do like this, teacher? See what happens now. And then we will come to the conclusion. Okay. Suppose if I write this as secant cube x is secant cube, forget about integration. Secant cube x, I'll write it as what? Secant square x times secant x. If I write like this, okay, put integral, no problem. So this equals, what is secant square x? 1 plus tan square x is equal to what? Secant square x. So this will be 1 plus tan square x, right? And then integral secant x, you will get it. Correct or not? What I did in the previous question, I split it. 1 into secant x is secant x plus integral tan square x into secant x, right? So this is what I did it in the last question. The same manner I did it. You know what is the formula for integral of secant x? What is that? Ln absolute value of secant x plus tan x, right? And here I used substitution method in the previous question, right? Yes. Substitution method, when I start using, look here, I put u is equal to tan x. I got secant square x, right? You try here any one substitution, for example. Try u is equal to secant x. What is your du by dx? It will be secant x tan x. Is it coming? No. Suppose try u is equal to tan x. What is du by dx? Tan x is secant square x. Is it coming here? No, no, no. So substitution method never works out. Never works out. Okay, teacher. You say substitution method never works out. So what method you are going to do? So since substitution method is a very powerful method, it is not able to apply here. So we cannot do this problem with the same idea which I use for tan cube x. So secant cube x is little different. Keep in your mind. So secant cube x cannot be done as usual by integral. Method of tan cube x is not same as method of integral secant cube x dx. Keep in your mind. Same method we cannot apply. I showed you here why it is not applied. Clear all of you? So we cannot apply this method the same. So in which way you are going to do it, teacher? I am going to use integration by parts, which is exercise number 7.1. Oh my God, what is this, teacher? Are you going to that big method? Yes, that is the only method possible for integral secant cube x dx. Clear all of you? What is the reason? Because there is no derivative here. The secant square x, secant x tan x is not there. So this method is not at all possible. We are going for integration by parts. So let's go for integration by parts. Let me check how many pages. 2 pages are there. Okay. So integration by parts I'm going. So integral secant cube x dx is equal to, right? So I'm writing as integral secant x and secant square x dx. So product of two trigonometric functions. One is u and the remaining as dv, right? Okay. So here mostly you try to get what the integration is easy. That part you call it as dv. So we are going to call u as secant x. What is du divided by dx? Secant x is what? Secant x tan x, right? So du is equal to what? Secant x tan x, and then cross multiply, dx will come. Clear? Right, ready. Then the next side you are going to find what? dv is equal to secant square x dx. dv is integrate, you will get v. Tan x derivative is secant square x, right? Secant square x integration is tan x. Clear? So easy. Clear all of you? Right? Yes. So now we are going to apply integration by parts. uv minus integral v du. Right. What is u? U is secant x. What is v? V is tan x. V is tan x minus integral. What is v? Tan x. What is du? Secant x, tan x and then dx. So now what happens? This is secant x tan x, integration is over. But here you will get tan square x, tan into tan is tan square into secant x dx. So this equals secant x tan x minus integral. We want to integrate now. So tan square x is giving problem. I'm going to write tan square x as secant square x minus 1. How, teacher? Because 1 plus tan square is equal to what? Secant square, right? So what is tan square? Tan square is secant square x minus 1. Yes means secant. Just keep in your mind. So this is secant square x minus 1 times secant x dx. Clear all of you? Clear? Right. So again step by step we are extending, right? So what happens now? We are going to integrate this one. Right. So what happened? This equals integral secant cube x. See the beauty? Well, let me show you what is the beauty. So this equals secant x tan x, right? Minus, you just multiply, it goes as integral secant cube x and then minus secant x dx. Clear all of you? Right. Now you separate the integral. This equals secant x tan x minus this integration over, right? Minus secant cube x dx, integration over for this part, and then minus of minus plus integral secant x dx. So this equals integral secant cube x dx. Look at the problem. The problem is integral secant cube x. Again inside the integral you have a secant cube is there. What a beautiful situation you see, right? Such a nice situation, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to just take the secant cube. I'm not going to integrate again the lengthy step from the beginning. No. So I bring it to this side. I will get now integral secant cube x dx plus integral secant cube x dx. When minus comes this side, it will become plus. So this equals secant x tan x, right? And then plus, what is the formula for integral secant x? We know the formula. What is that? ln absolute value secant x plus tan x plus integrating constant c. Clear? Right. So anyway, one time we are going to put it c. Now 1 integral plus 1 integral gives what? 2 times integral secant cube x dx is equal to secant x tan x, right? And then plus ln absolute value secant x plus tan x. ln secant x plus what? Tan x plus integrating constant c. So finally, I'm going to divide by 2 because our question is what? Integral secant cube x dx, which is equal to 1 by 2, which is secant x tan x plus ln absolute value secant x plus tan x absolute value plus integrating constant c. You can put inside or outside, no problem. So this is going to become your final answer. Clear all of you? Right? Right or not? Very, very easy, but the method is lengthy. Clear? Okay, sorry. Very, very easy. The method is lengthy. Okay, right. So let me do this one, small bracket. Okay, right. So ln sec y, this is the bracket. Yes, for this ln, for half 1 by 2, this bracket. Yes, it is clear. So 2 questions. Keep in your mind. Tan cube x and secant cube x. If you want to disturb you much, these 2 questions are very, very important. Yes. Let's go to the next. Next, another set of problems you'll get. So far, we get sine square, we get cosine square, sine cube, cosine cube, tan cube, secant cube, tan square. All these things we got it. Now we have product of 2 functions, sine cube and cosine square, but with the powers. Without powers, integration by parts. With powers, we have to use some rules. Let me explain one rule for you. This is of the model integral sine power mx cosine power nx. Always power of sine is m and always the power of cosine is n. If there is a situation like this, what you need to do? M is odd number because there is odd possibility is there, even possibility is there, odd possibility is there. So M is odd. What you need to do? Say 1 sin x. What is this, teacher? Say 1 sin x. Right. Remaining one sin power m minus 1x using 1 minus cos square x. Then substitute u is equal to cosine x. Listen carefully. So what is the question? Integral sine cube x cosine square x dx. Look at this. M is odd, right? Odd means what? Odd number 3. What it said? Say 1 sin x. It means I'm going to write this as sine square x times sine x and then cosine square x dx. Save 1 sine x. They said save. So I'm saving 1 sine x. Convert remaining m minus 1. M is 3. M minus 1 means what? It is 2. So 2, you are going to use it as what? 1 minus cosine square x. So this part I'm going to use it as integral 1 minus cosine square x. That's it. And then the next you are going to go for substitution method. So 1 minus cosine square x sine x and then cosine square x dx. Clear all of you? Right. What the rule says? Put u is equal to cosine x, substitution. So I'm going for u is equal to. Put u is equal to cosine x. What is du by dx? Cosine x is what? Minus sine x dx. Clear? Minus sine x dx. So we want what? Sine x dx. What is the idea of substitution? Convert everything in terms of what? U. Right? So therefore, du by, cross multiply, it has gone, right? Du is equal to. So now what? I'll take this minus this side. Okay? Right. So du equals, minus du equals sine x dx. Okay? Right. So this will become minus du. Okay, right. And cosine square x, this will become u square. And this will become u square. So finally, what happened to the integral? The integral becomes integral 1 minus u square. And then sine x dx, I'm getting minus du. And then cosine square x, I'm getting another u square. Clear all of you? Clear or not? Yes. So u square is not good. Let me write in a good way. So it is u square and then bracket. So this equals 1 minus u square times u square minus du. This equals, take this minus out. 1 into u square is what? U square. Minus u square into u square is what? U power 4. And then du. We are going to do integration now. So this equals minus. What is u square integration? U cube divided by 3. What is u power 4 integration? U power 5 divided by 5. And then plus integrating constant c. If you want, you can take minus inside. So if you take minus inside, it will be what? Minus u cube divided by 3. If you take minus inside, if you want. Otherwise, you can also keep it outside. Nothing wrong in that. I'll keep it outside. Why you want to disturb? Because already minus is out. So no need to have the minus inside. So minus bracket open. What is the value of u? U is cosine x to the power of 3 divided by 3 minus cosine x to the power of 5 divided by 5 plus integrating constant c. Clear all of you? So this is going to become your answer. Right? So much of ideas, right? In this exercise, you need to spend more time. The next situation is product of two functions. It means what? No powers, like this, sine and cosine, and then cosine and sine, and then sine and sine, and then cosine and cosine. If this situation comes and this x is different and this x is different, it means, for example, here 2x, here it may be 3x, here 5x, it may be 8x here. Here it may be 9x, here may be 2x, here 3x, maybe it is 2x, like that. If this situation comes, you have to use this formula. This formula you studied in 002. Product to sum. Do you remember? Product to sum formula. We studied in the trigonometry, which is module 4. We studied this exercise. Right. All these formulas are valid when angle A is greater than B. What is this, teacher? Angle A is greater than B. For example, suppose you get a situation. Sine 8x cosine 6x. Okay. Look here. It is of the model what? Sine cosine. Where is sine cosine? Here is sine cosine. Right. So this is angle A. This is angle B. Check angle A. 8. Check angle B. 6. So A is greater than B. Okay. Look at here, sine B cosine A. This is also same, right? Product, right? A multiply B multiply by A, both are same. Suppose if I give this formula, sine 6x and cosine 8x. Sine 6x and cosine 8x. You cannot call this as angle A and you cannot call this as angle B. Why? The rule is applied only for what? Angle A is greater than B. So this is your angle A and this is your angle B. If it is like this, now it is of the model what? Which is cosine A sine B. So you have to use a second formula. Clear all of you? So all the time keep in your mind angle A must be greater than angle B. So in this way all the formula you have to remember. What is sine A cosine B? Half times sine A plus B plus sine A minus B. What is cosine A sine B? Half times sine A plus B plus sine A minus B. Same rule, only this is changed. Same rule, only plus and minus change. Next is cosine A cosine B and sine A sine B. You remember this 2 and this 2. What is cosine A cosine B? Half times cosine A plus B plus cosine A minus B. But sine A sine B is half times cosine A minus B minus cosine A plus B. Keep your eye here. It's very, very important. All these formulas A plus B, A plus B, A plus B. A minus B, A minus B, A minus B. But here A minus B and A plus B. So just keep this idea in your mind. Okay. Right. So these 4 formulas you have to memorize. And one question you can expect from this product of 2 functions. Clear? Right. So let's go to the next question. So what is the next question? Integral sine 8x cosine 5x dx. This is of the model sine A cosine B. How, teacher? Look here. This is angle A and this is angle B. Make sure your angle A is greater than angle B. Okay? Yes, it is greater. So what is sine A sine B formula? Is this an integral formula, teacher? No, no, no. It's a 002 formula. Sine A sine B. What is sine A sine B? Half times just now, because as a teacher I remember, but you have to memorize. Sine A plus B and then plus sine A minus B. Okay, right. So this equals 1 by 2 bracket open. Sine A plus B is what? Sine 8x plus 5x plus sine A minus B what? 8x minus 5x. So this equals 1 by 2, right? Which is sine 8 plus 5 is what? 13x plus sine 8 minus 5 is what? Which is 2x. 3x. Okay, 3x. Sorry. 3x. Okay, right. So this is sine 8x cosine 5x. This is 002 formula. Clear all of you? This is what? 002 formula. Okay, let me write this one and I need... Okay, this is 002 formula. Now this formula you're going to take it to the integral. So integral sine 8x multiplied by cosine 5x dx is equal to half times integral. This is half time. Sine 13 plus sine 3, right? So sine 13x plus sine 3x into dx. This is equal to this. This equals half times. What is sine 13x integration? Negative cosine 13x divided by 13 and then plus cosine 3x divided by what? 3 with the negative sign. I forget negative here. Plus integrating, is there a limit here? No limit. So now plus c you are going to put it because there is no limit here. So let me simplify in a good way. There is a minus is there. I can take it out. So minus 1 by 2 I can take it out, which is cosine 13x. It is must, teacher. It is not must, but it looks beauty, right? Well, cosine 13x divided by 13 and then plus cosine 3x divided by what? 3. So plus integrating constant c. So this is your answer. Clear all of you? Right. So when product comes, this is the situation. Okay. And when the power, sine and cosine power comes, look here, this is situation, this model. This is power and that is not power. Teacher, you did only one question here. Remaining questions, you have to follow the same idea, use it. Okay, right. I will try to put a shorts on these questions if time is there. Okay, let's go to the next one. The next question is integral sine 2 theta 6 sine 6 theta. So this is product of two functions. Now look here. Is this angle A or this is angle A? This is angle A and this is angle B. So this is integral sine 6 theta and sine 2 theta into d theta. Product is there, so no need bracket. So you can simply write sine theta and okay, sorry. Sine 6 theta sine 2 theta d theta. What is sine A, sine B formula? What is sine A, sine B formula? Sine A, sine B formula. Sine 2 theta, sine 6 theta. So what is sine A, sine B? Sine A, sine B is half times the last formula. Cosine A minus B, last formula, usually the teachers, they concentrate. Minus cos A plus B. Okay, right. So this equals, now we want what? Sine 6 theta. Okay, multiply by sine 2 theta. 2 theta, which is half times cosine, right? Sorry. Cosine 6 theta minus 2 theta. And then minus cosine 6 theta plus 2 theta. So this equals half times cosine 6 minus 2 is what? 4. Minus 6 plus 2 is what? 8. Okay, teacher, if I forget this A greater than B, what will happen? You will get negative. At that time, you should remember the formula. Cos of minus theta is cos theta. And sine of minus theta is equal to what? Minus sine theta. Can you give me example, teacher? Look here. Suppose you put here 2 theta minus 6 theta. You will get what? Minus 4 theta. Cos of minus 4 theta is what? Cos 4 theta. Same answer. But you need to remember these two formulas. Because of that, I told you, use this formula when angle A is greater than angle B. So this equals, yes, that's it. This is sine 6 theta and sine 2 theta. Okay. Now we are going to do what? Integration. This is 002 formula. Keep in your mind. This is 002 formula. So integral, right? What is the question? Sine 2 theta and multiply by sine 6 theta d theta, which is equal to what? Half the integral, half will come out. Cosine 4 theta minus cosine 8 theta, right? Minus cosine 8 theta d theta, right? So this equals half times, what is cosine 4 theta? Sine 4 theta divided by 4. What is cosine 8 theta? Sine 8 theta divided by 8 plus integrating constant c. So this is your answer. Clear, everybody? Okay, right. So let me remove this bracket properly and then I put like this. Yes, let us go to the next question. So this is also product of two functions, okay? So now it is of the model cos A, cos B. Can you tell me what is angle A? This is angle A, this is angle B. So this is equal to cos A, cos B. What is the formula? Cos A, cos B. Cos A, cos B is equal to half times cos A plus B, right? Plus cos A minus B, the third formula. Okay. So this equals half times, this is cos 10t and cos 5t. Okay. A, B, 10t and 5t. So this is cos 10 plus 5 is what? 10 plus 5 and then plus cos 10 minus 5, 10t minus 5t. This is half times cos 15t plus cos 10 minus 5 is what? 5t. So this equals half cos 15t plus cos 5t, okay, bracket open, which is equal to cos 10t cos 5t. I repeated again, no problem. So this is equal to this. Now we are going for integration. So what is the question? There is a limit is there. Keep in your mind, limit is there. So you need to do the limit substitution. So now integral cos 5t and cos 10t dt, limits is 0 to pi by 2, which is equal to integral 0 to pi by 2 cos 5t 10t I converted, right? which is equal to half times bracket open cos 15t, right, and then minus plus cos 10t, right, plus cos 10t or 5t, cos 5t plus cos 5t, okay, into dt. So 1 by 2 I will take it out, integral 0 to pi by 2 cos 15t and then plus cos 5t dt. This equals 1 by 2. What is the integral of cos 15t? Integral of cosine 15t is sine 15t divided by 15 plus integral of cosine 5t is sine 5t divided by 5. The limits is what? 0 to pi by 2. So this equals 1 by 2 bracket open, upper limit minus lower limit substitution. Upper limit you are going to put t is equal to what? Pi by 2. So sine 15 pi by 2, right? And then divided by 15 plus sine 5 times pi by 2 divided by 5, right? Upper limit minus lower limit. Do you know sine 0 is 0? Yes, sine 0 is 0. Upper limit minus lower limit. So this equals half into this. You have to put in the calculator radian mode, radian mode, radian mode. Whenever your finger is pressing pi, keep in your mind radian mode. So shift mode, radian is 4 and then sine bracket open, already bracket is there, 15 multiply by pi by 2, fraction mode, shift pi over 2. So then close the bracket, 15 times pi over by 2, which is equal to negative 1. So this is negative 1 by 15 plus, and then the same thing you just multiply 5 times pi by 2. Remove this 15 and put it 5 and I will get 1 divided by 5. Okay. So this equals what? Minus 1 divided by 30 and then plus 1 divided by 10. Okay. Which is equal to, put in the calculator, I know what is the answer, 1 by 15. In the mind I am calculating, but you put it in the calculator. Make sure your answer is correct in the calculator. Let me try with you in the calculator. I will also check because right now I use the calculator. So integral 0 to pi by t cosine, right? And then 5 alpha x, there is no t, okay? 5 alpha x, close the bracket, and then plus cosine 10t cosine and then 10 alpha x, close the bracket. There is one more bracket you have to close and go to the front also. There is a bracket, you need to close it. So close it. It means I'll tell you how to do. You just use a bracket here and then bracket here and put it cosine 5x plus cosine 10x. Okay, right. And the limits is 0 to, use radian mode, 0 to pi by 2. 0 to pi by 2. So shift pi over 2, fraction mode. So it gives the answer 1 by 15. Let me check. Wait, it's taking time. Yes, 1 by 5 I got it. 1 by 5. Maybe it's, I made a mistake. Okay. 1 by 5 I'm getting. Okay, right. Well, let me check 1 by 15 or 1 by 5. So let me check this one. Minus 1 by 30 fraction mode, minus 1 by 30, yes, 1 by 5 only, plus 1 by 10, 1 by 15 I'm getting. Yes, I got 1 by 15. Actually, I put it in the plus here in the calculator. So it is a product. I got 1 by 15. Okay. Right, let's go to the next question. Evaluate tan power 6x dx, sorry, secant power 4 dx. Product of tan and secant. Right, it's so easy. Whenever tan and secant comes, you have to remember 1 plus tan square x is equal to what? Secant square x, right? So how can we evaluate tan power 6x secant power 4x dx? Highest power do not touch, okay? So it will be give no lowest power you touch. Secant power 4x, you write it as secant square x and secant square x dx. So integral tan power 6x secant square x, I am going to make it as 1 plus tan square x and then again secant square x dx. Okay, right. So why I am making like this? Because easy to use substitution rule. Right. So what substitution rule I'm going to use it? I'm going to put u is equal to tan x. Why? Because I know du by dx is what? Secant square x, right? So what is du? Cross multiply secant square x dx. So now you will look here, secant square x dx, I can call it as du, and tan x I can call it as u, it is power 6, and this is u power 2. So easy. Even though the function is big, it's simplified in the easiest way. U power 6, 1 plus u power 2, and then du. Such a nice question. So in multiply now, which is going to be u power 6, multiply now, which is going to become u power 8 times du, right? So this equals u power 7 by 7 plus u power 9 by 9 plus integrating constant c. What is u power 7? Which is 1 by 7 tan x to the power of 7, because tan is what? U. And then plus 1 by 9 and tan x to the power of what? 9. Okay. Plus integrating constant c. Right. So I think this is the last question of this exercise, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Such a long exercise, different ideas, everything is there. So okay, please keep in your mind this exercise 7.2 is finished. Right. If you really enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends. Okay. Right. Again, I'm telling, I will upload this PDF as a Google Drive link in the description box as well as in the first pinned comment. Okay. Right. So East or West, Dr. Zahid Math YouTube channel is the best. Okay. So see you all of you. Until then, it's bye from Zahir. Bye-bye.